Vince McMahon hypes up the 1-hour Ironman match tonight between champion Kurt Angle and challenger Brock Lesnar. Undertaker walks by and casually threatens him. You seem to have that effect on people, Vince. We go right to our first match. It's Rey Mysterio and Chris Benoit teaming up for reasons, and they're facing Tajiri and Rhino. Mysterio and Tajiri have a match next week on Smackdown for the Cruiserweight title. Early Tarantula, kind of a dumb move. I don't know, I go back and forth on it. He does it with the ref's back turned, but he holds the move for less than 5 seconds, so it really doesn't matter that the ref wasn't looking. Oh, okay, that was an awesome spine buster from Rhino. Both the ref and I think the cameraman missed the tag between Tajiri and Rhino. Michael Cole just mentioned that there never actually was a tag made. Oopsie, I guess. Good on Cole for calling it out though. Mysterio does get a tag and hits Rhino with a sweet moonsault. Kind of a cheap shot on Tajiri. Tajiri hits the mist on Rhino. Oopsie again. 619 leg drop and the Cruiserweight champion gets the pin. This match was pretty short. I think there was one tag the whole match if you don't count the weird Rhino Tajiri thing. It had some fun spots, but was kind of also a mess. Here comes Tory Wilson. It's a handicap match, the rare kind with 2 faces and 1 heel. Sheniqua beat up all of the participants of a recent bikini contest. Dawn Marie challenged her to a match to get some payback, but got squashed for her trouble. So now Tory Wilson and Nidia, who comes out with Dawn, are going to do their best to avenge the ill-fated bikini contest. I think Nidia is really hot. She has that Dwight D. Eisenhower energy. I feel like I could have a beer with her. Sheniqua comes out with the Basham brothers, but tells them their services won't be needed. Michael Cole asks Taz if he's ever met anyone as tough as Sheniqua throughout his career. Taz replies, yeah, actually I have. Yeah, kind of a dumb question, Michael. Nidia starts off and receives an impressive power slam. Tory wants to get involved and she's knocked to the mat too. Michael Cole trying his damnedest to get Sheniqua over. He's going on about how tall she is and tells Taz that she even towers over him. Taz replies, well, yeah, that's not really shocking. A lot of people do. Another swing and a miss for Michael Cole. Sheniqua is just beating the crap out of both of them, so no tags necessary, I guess. Oh, insane powerbomb from Sheniqua, and this one is over. Dawn Marie tries to check on them, and she gets some too. For a squash, that was impressive. Whatever happened to Sheniqua? They never should have put her with a charisma black hole known as the Basham brothers. I think Sheniqua probably looks too unstoppable in this match. Hear me out. This whole thing never actually went anywhere. It never led to anything. I think the writers kind of wrote themselves into a corner. After this much hype, who in the women's division could possibly challenge Sheniqua? Vince tells Stephanie he's going to make her quit. They allude to last week when Steph was put in a match against Brock Lesnar and refused to back down rather than quit as GM. Vince insists he's gonna make his daughter quit. And she asks the obvious question, why not just fire me? Vince says she wants her to quit of her own volition, which didn't really answer the question. We get a hype package for the Ironman match with such favorites as Brock falling on his head. Man, that was Brock's first ever WrestleMania. Has anyone ever been pushed that far that fast before or since? Not saying he didn't deserve it, but wow. They also have highlights for Angle versus Brock at SummerSlam that year. Angle does a sweet counter from the F5 into the ankle lock and Brock taps. So tonight will be the rubber match. Los Guerreros in the back and Eddie is already US champ, but he thinks some extra gold would look good around his waist too. Chavo says he told Stephanie that Los Guerreros is back together and he demanded a title shot. Let's go out there and win one for Grandma. Parking lot brawl last week between Eddie Guerrero and John Cena for the US title. Thanks to Chavo's interference, Eddie lied, cheated, and stole his way to victory. Cena's on a rooftop and he says Guerrero cheats more than Ben Affleck does on J-Lo. Trust me, kids, that was a quality line in 2003. One of my favorite entrances, it's Los Guerreros in the lowrider. Uh-oh, the world's greatest tag team are the tag champions, and they're already in the ring with no televised entrance. That's a bad sign for them. Chavo throws a shirt at Charlie Haas and nails him right in the face. I was surprised that Eddie started the match, but he and Chavo are tagging so regularly throughout, it doesn't really matter who starts. Cool monkey flip into a dropkick by Chavo. Tilt-a-whirl spinning head scissors, and Chavo's looking great as both he and Eddie leap outside the ring. Big kick by Shelton with the ref's back turned. The announcers remind us that Chavo just returned from bicep injury, while sure enough, the world's greatest tag team is working the bicep. Those rascals. Oh, world's greatest tag team goes for a double team, and we get an insane reversal from Chavo. Shelton doesn't realize it's all falling apart, and Chavo leaps over him for the tag. Eddie hits the two amigos as Charlie Haas breaks it up before the third. Boo! Charlie Haas has had about enough and grabs a couple of chairs. One for him and one for Shelton. He distracts the ref and distracts Eddie as Shelton closes in for the kill. But here's Chavo. Man, what a match. It has a little of everything. Los Guerreros hit Haas with one of the more painful looking double teams, and I don't think that's how Haas was supposed to land. Frog splash, and you can clearly see Eddie ask Charlie Haas if he's okay. 1, 2, 3, and we have new tag team champions. Not surprised since we didn't even see the world's greatest tag team's entrance, but still always nice to get a title change on free TV. Thankfully, Haas is moving around a bit while Los Guerreros celebrate. Michael Cole asks, so do you think they're going to be partying in El Paso tonight? Taz replies, we'll see. What is going on with these two? This match ruled. It was a proper old school tag match where both teams are trying to tag regularly to get an advantage, and the dastardly heels keep cheating. Kind of surprised there actually wasn't any line cheating or stealing from Los Guerreros. Grandma will be so happy. It's just about time for the 1 hour Ironman match. We see various watching parties consisting of Smackdown wrestlers. Is that Mickie James? I can't find any info about it, but she was signed to a developmental contract at OVW in August 2003, a month before this. So it's possible it's her. They're all taking bets, and JBL guarantees us somebody is going to get their ass kicked in the next 60 minutes. That's the most weak-ass bet I've ever heard. Taz doesn't say here comes the pain. Angle comes out to the obligatory you suck chants even though he's the face. By the way, my friend and I always chanted hero instead of you suck. I'm just throwing that out there. Ooh, cheap shot by Brock before the timer even starts. Here we go, 1 hour Ironman. Brock starts out pretty physical, knocking Angle into the turnbuckle and then choking him. But Angle just as physical. Goes low to soften him up for an ankle lock, love that. Then a belly-to-belly suplex. We're less than 2 minutes into this and they're already laying into each other. It's a marathon, not a sprint, gentlemen. Brock takes a breather, but I like the big moves at the very beginning to set the tone, even if they inevitably slow down the pace later. He comes back, then signals for a timeout. Before the ref can explain that there are no timeouts in an Iron Man match, Brock pounces on the champion. But gets caught in a series of arm drag counters and again takes a breather on the outside. Brock picks up the steps, but the ref talks him out of it and cooler heads prevail. He baits Angle to the apron and takes advantage. But another reversal, another big move, and Brock sells the hell out of this knock outside the ring. Ouch. But this time Angle chases him down and they fight outside for a while. Brock gets a chair and Lesnar is disqualified, so it's 1-0 Angle. Man, wrestling announcers are dumb sometimes. They're acting baffled that Lesnar gave up the first fall of the match and are just chalking it up to Lesnar let his anger get the better of him, when they should be selling it as a conniving plan to steal the match from the champion by any means necessary. F5 and Lesnar ties this bad boy up 1-1. It's only been 10 minutes and we've already got some major drama. Finally, Taz declares, oh, I get it. That shot with the chair. It was to weaken Kurt Angle. Great job, Columbo. Brock then hits the ankle lock, which is definitely interesting, but Kurt Angle almost immediately taps out to it. They might have kept that locked in a little longer. I don't think Angle looked good tapping out so fast, and it's not like they didn't have the time. But in any case, it's 2-1 Lesnar. Kind of a big moment during the commercial, so we get a recap. Lesnar hits Angle with the Angle Slam, but Kurt kicks out. It's all Lesnar for a while, but Kurt finally comes to life and evades a shoulder tackle. 3 German suplexes from Angle. That's good. If I only got 2, I was going to be very cranky. Oh, F5 on the outside. Second F5 of the match. Lesnar crawls back into the ring just in time for Angle to be counted out. Lesnar is up 3-1. Come on, Angle, get your head in the game. They fight back and forth for a while and boom! Angle slam out of nowhere. It's 3-2 Lesnar. Michael Cole tells us in the unlikely event of a tie, UPN has granted them permission to go into overtime. Another angle slam countered into an F5, countered into an ankle lock. Lesnar kicks Angle off his leg and right into the referee, and a vicious ref bump when Angle dodges a clothesline. Angle hits a kinda weak looking Angle slam and looks like an idiot for going for the cover when he saw the ref get decapitated by Lesnar. Man, wrestling baby faces are dumb sometimes. Low blow from the challenger and then wastes time bullying the crew. He grabs Angle's title and whacks him with it right when the clock strikes 30. We hit the halfway point and it's blown by fast. Having Brock cheat early with the chair was absolutely the right choice because it added this great storyline where Angle's playing catch up all match. And Lesnar refreshes that drama with the belt shot at the halfway mark. I'm not sure I've seen a more disrespectful way to pick up a ref, so kudos to you on that, Brock. 4-2 Lesnar. We return from the commercial with Angle outside the ring. He snaps out of it and pulls Brock out with him. Very nice top rope axe handle onto Brock's back. You don't see Angle do that every day. And I guess Angle feels like flying today because a great looking missile dropkick knocks Brock down. It helps that Lesnar sells the hell out of it. Despite what a monster he is, Brock Lesnar is one of the best at selling in big moments. My favorite sell ever might be when Drew McIntyre Claymore kicked Lesnar out of the ring at 2020 Royal Rumble. Angle goes for a beautiful top rope moonsault and completely eats shit. Lesnar realizes he regrets not hitting Angle with the steel steps earlier and decides to make things right. But we can't always get what we want. We take our final commercial break, and when we return, Brock has scored himself another pinfall. We're shown the replay of an insane looking superplex, and now it's 5-2 Lesnar with less than 15 minutes left. Lesnar wants to finish this once and for all with an F5 to the post. And he gets one, but not quite how he envisioned. Kurt Angle locks in the ankle lock, and Lesnar crawls to the ropes. Can I just say, Lesnar is really making Angle look bad for tapping out to the ankle lock in 2 seconds earlier in the match. Oh, that looked painful. But Angle gets up and runs right into an F5. Should have stayed down. Every time you think, all right, baby, Angle's about to begin the comeback, he just gets completely snuffed out. You're sitting here looking at the clock wondering when Angle is going to turn it on, and I'm loving it. It just feels like he's facing impossible odds as we have 10 minutes left. But Angle kicks out the F5. Hell yes, that's good stuff. This one is still Lesnar's to lose, and he thinks the best way to do that would be to try a high-risk maneuver, since it worked out so well at WrestleMania. Angle does that thing he does, suplex, and scores the pin. The comeback begins. USA chants from the crowd because we all hate that evil foreigner, Brock Lesnar. They trade suplexes for a while, but Angle rolls one into an ankle lock. Brock taps, and here we go. It's 5-4 with 4 minutes left. Michael Cole reminds us we're going into overtime if there's a tie at the end of 60 minutes. Brock does the only thing an evil heel can do with a 5-4 lead in an Ironman. He tries to run away. Lesnar gives the ref a big hug and kicks Angle in the nuts. So I guess all hope is lost. Wrong! Angle's fine, and he locks in the ankle lock one more time with 13 seconds to go? What? Will Brock tap? Will Brock tap? Will Brock tap? No, he will not. Now all hope is lost. Your new WWE Champion, Brock Lesnar. And the show pretty much immediately ends after that. I've basically been gushing all match, so you know I love this. I don't think I've seen it since watching it live on Smackdown, and it's been a blast rewatching. This is an instant classic. I was all prepared to say this was a one-match show, but damn, the Los Guerreros versus World's Greatest Tag Team was also a heck of a match. And it was an episode of SmackDown where we got a WWE Tag title change and a WWE title change in one show. So yeah, I give the September 18th, 2003 episode of SmackDown a final rating of... Hey, thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. Have any memories or thoughts on this episode of SmackDown? Share them in the comments below. Let me know what the greatest Iron Man ever is, but don't say it's the first one. It's not the first one. Next time we're gonna go just a few months prior to June 12th, 2003, when Brock Lesnar and Big Show destroyed the ring on an episode of Smackdown. See you then.